For you, BB.
Hello, this is Nathan Barnes commenting in relation to some of the media articles, specifically one in the Companion Animal News. What a great job they do, please look at this. It's released from Kate Fairherman for the New South Wales Government must aim for zero euthanasia of healthy pets. Greens, New South Wales. I'd just like to quickly comment before I go into the end of that story and then with my response in relation to Steve Coleman's continual comments in relation to none of the staff enjoy killing or any of this and trying to make that as a point. I myself have personally put down over 5,000 dogs over the years as a minimum through having to follow these RSPCA policies and rules and not having space and time and just not enough resources at the time, what I thought. Yeah, so please stop saying this, Steve. No one's ever, and the people out there who are saying they enjoy it, you're an idiot. And the others who know, no one's saying they enjoy it. We're not saying that's the point. We're saying you're doing it. You're killing them unnecessarily. Fantastic article in the Canberra Times from ACT, RSPCA. So here are my comments in relation to the article that I mentioned, and I'll just start at the end kill rates. And 68,000 dogs have been impounded annually since 2008 to 2009, and over 30,300 cats and 21,000 dogs were euthanized in 2010 to 2011. Now, there is contact information and leave a reply situations available for this. I would now like to respond to that comment and acknowledge and very grateful that there is information being published, first of all. In relation to the euthanasia rates and high kill statistics of the animals and getting it down to zero, that would be an absolutely ultimate goal that I would love to have. After working in many shelters all around the world and in many situations, however, I don't believe that a 0% kill rate is a realistic situation with the Australian society. However, I still believe that the current statistics and kill rates that are provided by the RSPCA, Animal Welfare League, Lost Dogs Home, or whoever it may be, those statistics are vulnerable to independent interpretation, shall we say, to call it nicely. You can hide and cover other statistics by saying silly things to confuse the public, like 2% of the animals are only killed as a result of the amount of cages or the space available and things like this, which is actually detracting and attempting to confuse the public in relation to the real issue. Regardless of if it's 2%, 20% or 5% of the dogs that are being killed as a result of space issues, when the response from the leading governing body and the leading animal organisation, we need to assist them, not point fingers and saying that they're doing something wrong, not say that the RSPCA is bad in New South Wales. We need to look at across the board Australian reform. We need to have an Australian outside governing body that's independent from the animal welfare people. We need someone who, not just complaints, but problems. If the RSPCA is doing, and which they are, some fantastic new programs, they should be available, and the information and how they're being conducted to every rescue group in Australia. There's thousands of people in Australia. We've got statistics on 33, 35 million animals, 1 in 3, 1 in 4 own a dog, whatever it may be. Now is the time to make a difference. Now is the time to get together, rally, and ask the federal government, not just New South Wales. There are some great programs, and I'm working throughout Australia and doing other things, including pounds and council facilities. Let's make a change. Let's forget about who's been doing wrong and who hasn't been doing whatever. Whether or not it's in regards to these assessments that, by the way, I helped develop and bring into Australia. It's not a matter of just they're doing them wrong. It's a matter of the whole industry needs a hand. We need the legal, the judicial system to back the inspectors. We need the volunteers and the rescuers and the people that are doing it in individual rescue organisations throughout Australia to get together and work with the RSPCA, work with the councils. And obviously, as we've discovered on many programs and discussions, that if the RSPCA's policies and statements to the media are as such, that we had a meeting to gather their contact information, or their details, sorry, I'll rephrase that, and they didn't call us back. Grow up.
It's your job. You get paid by the community to do everything in your power to save animals, not using rescue groups. Yes, you do utilise some rescue groups, but if it's not every group and you can't give reasons, and the only people who can complain about this get the option of complaining to the DPI, Katrina Hodgkinson, for example. Sorry, Katrina, but unfortunately, if complaints go in about RSPCA X, Y or Z, and they're generally referred to the Animal Welfare League, the police, or the first preference is the RSPCA, as I've mentioned before in other releases, even the police have the ICAC. So what we need to look at is to help the RSPCA, not point fingers, not say that just these assessments are the problem or the owners are the problem or the lack of X, Y or Z. We need these low-cost desexing programs. We need these puppy mills to be abolished. Gotten rid of, sorry. The thing is, if they've been trying to fight this for many, many years, there's obviously a breakdown in the system. If this was involving people smuggling or people being killed unnecessarily or for anything, even 2% of people being killed, if you want to use silly statistics that no one can check the validity of as a result of not having to release all of your statistics, why is it that the only governing body in Australia, the RSPCA, has no governing body for them, and the ones that we refer to don't have any power over the executive? This is an amazing thing to say. Please look it up. Please call your local council. Please call your federal ministers and ask, can we have an outside governing body, not to nail them, not to have problems, to assist, to help figure out why there's a lack of communication, cooperation and collaboration. Figure out why they don't offer $5 training sessions at every shelter, pound and facility. If 60% of your dogs, as you're quoting, are in there as a result of behavioural problems, well, why not train the public? Why not train staff? And yes, it costs money. Oh, yes, you've got to do this. And your next statement to the people is your staff and volunteers have other pressing issues or matters or whatever the words are. That's crazy. Once again, back to the previous statement. Grow up, Steve Coleman, RSPCA CEO. If that's your response to the media and to the people of the public, that your staff have other pressing issues and that when you have meetings, people they didn't call you back. Well, for a 5-minute thing of volunteers, we've got many people who are willing to stand up in court and say they've offered these services and things for free, but due to political issues and, I don't know, please explain. That's why I'm asking for an outside body to look at. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm happy to withdraw everything and continue stuff, but I'm not, and this is crazy. So please, Australia, not pressure, put some interest. If you own an animal, a fish, a cat, a lizard, a bird, a dog, a horse, cattle, or whatever it is, the RSPCA was set up to assist and rehabilitate animals and put them back in the community. The council pounds were set up to facilitate and euthanize those that couldn't find other homes or couldn't be rehabilitated. Now it's basically a situation where the Rutherford, the AKA most busy shelter in New South Wales, is struggling and can't handle the load. Well, why did they take on 4 councils when they were originally built for 3? I helped design the shelter. By taking on these extra councils from Curry Pound, whose person running it was working with Dog Rescue and Hunter Animal Rescue and other fantastic organisations doing it, they reduced their kill rates from 4 years previously of 70% down to 13%. Now, 13% is not awesome, and I agree with the Greens in relation to their comment of we should have it at 0. But there are some aggressive dogs and there are some things, and we can't always do it. Some of the answers, we can't rehabilitate all these dogs in the RSPCAs and the councils and pounds because they don't have space. So let's use the resources that are working in the community, that are actually currently set up. Instead of having transport networks where you've got this great new ambulance that drives and delivers animals from shelter to shelter all around the New South Wales state, why not have that same ambulance deliver a dog from, I don't don't know, let's say Yagoona to Hawkesbury instead of driving from Yagoona to Port Macquarie. So we've got rescue groups who've got places available and animals there. If you've got other ones and spots available, we'll happily give you some of our rescue dogs from our facilities when we're overloaded, and we'll happily take yours. So please refer to NAGA, the National Animal Rescue Groups. It's either association or Australia. We're still dealing with the legal bits of that. We are here to help. Our slogan is "Together we'll make a difference." I'm not looking at defaming anyone or saying anyone's doing anything bad. What I am saying though, there's no governing body for the RSPCA. They are autonomous. That is they do not have to disclose anything for the Freedom of Information Act. New South Wales RSPCA, unlike other ones, and other ones in other states like Great Queensland, are doing some fantastic things from what I hear. ACT, South Australia, there's so many different great people in these organisations. Please don't take this, people working in the industry, as an attack on you, as opposed to your management, your policies and procedures that are inhibiting animals from being rehomed and saved. So that's Nathan Barnes's comments. I'm the Fostering and Volunteer Manager for NAGA. Please look us up on Facebook, and we're all volunteers, and we've got lots of people who together we want to make a difference. Together we will make a difference is our slogan. Hello little foster dog doing butt scratches, you're funny. I look forward to working with the RSPCA, New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, ACT, WA, Northern Territory, Tasmania. They're doing some great things too. However, unless there's an outside body to help govern us all, even the rescue groups, we can't get along. I today had a discussion with some people who it just didn't end well, and we're all trying to help to work towards the same cause. So please have a look, get together, talk to friends, and let's keep this ball rolling. Enough's enough, RSPCA. We give you money under the expectation you're doing New South Wales specifically, under the expectation you're doing everything within your power to rehabilitate and rehome animals. $5 training at every shelter every Tuesday. Pays for your staff, pays for your thing, you get good PR. Train the rangers, train the staff, train the people. Don't pay for it, get volunteers and stuff. Make your resources available to the community. Give your policies and procedures that are so secret, or your rehabilitation tests that take X, Y or Z to try to get out of you. That's crazy. If you're using things to decide what lives and dies, tell everyone why and how, and people will stop getting cranky. I used to do your media PR, and I used to do a lot of your consults for you. I'm happy to still continue and to do the positive PR for you. I'm hoping we can work together and you can acknowledge all of my previous credentials and not continue to say anything allegedly like I claimed to associate or initiate the original assessment. This is not about me. However, by not mentioning to media or people in the public, as you did mention on the SBS Insight program, and acknowledge that I had previously done this with a nod of your head in a yes function. Please stop these silly games and politics with rescue groups and myself and other people who are just trying to help save the community's animals. They are not the RSPCA's animals. The RSPCA is not the only facility or Lost Dogs Home or Animal Welfare League or whoever it may be. They are not the only people in Australia who have an ability to save dogs. They are not the only ones who have an option, and yet we have no other resource. Let's get places and things together to help make a difference. A federal governing body, animal ombudsman, whatever it may be. Please take care. Don't take any of these comments as a personal attack or anything personally with me. I've dedicated at least a minimum of a year, left a mining salary and job to come and do this volunteering to help do doggy danger talks at schools, work at shows, functions, and help everyone for free, put the info out there. So this year and hopefully next year we will make a difference, help the RSPCA, councils, whatever organisations, rescue groups, all come together as one.